Hello, welcome back to episode 6 of the Triple Take Talk Show. In this talk show, we are going to be talking about the playoffs and who's going to win. These are our predictions for the week. So let's start with, obviously, the most popular sport. At the moment, we'll talk about the NFL. Let's talk about the division round. So let's start in the NFC. The first matchup is the Vikings versus the 49ers. In my opinion, I got the 49ers winning this game. They're both really, really talented teams all across the board, but I feel like the Niners have better coaching and they got a better system set up. He's Kirk Cousins. He's very inconsistent. Sometimes he'll show up, sometimes he won't, and I don't think that Vikings O-line can hold up to the 49ers D-line. I feel like Nick Bosa and the crew with D Ford and DeForest Buckner will get after Kirk and he's going to get flustered. But the 49ers will win. I think the Vikings keep it close, but they got it.
I say if 49ers will win, it'll be an absolute blowout. It won't be a blowout, but 49ers win by a touchdown or two.
That's pretty big. The other NFC matchup is the Seahawks-Packers. Both really overrated teams that they win against teams that aren't good. There's nothing special about either team. They're both very dependent on one or two players. The Seahawks are completely Russell Wilson dependent. If Russell Wilson's not playing good, they're going to lose. Like, there's no other option. Their defense sometimes is there, which is, I don't know why, they're sometimes there. They got Jadeveon Clowney and Bobby Wagner, superstar linebackers, but sometimes they just don't show up either. Jadeveon Clowney did tear up last game, though. And then the Packers are just, I don't know what's up there. Their defense can be easily ran on. Let's hope Marshawn Lynch don't get a hold of them. And they're more of a system defense. When things aren't going their ways and they're not getting turnovers, they're not near as good. And then their offense is way too Aaron Jones dependent. Aaron Rodgers, if you really look at the stats, he's about an average QB this year. It's just he looks very exceptional because Aaron Jones has a monster year, and they do a play action, and the whole defense has to bite on it because Aaron Jones has been a monster. But there's also been games where he doesn't show up. So if he don't show up, Seahawks are going to take this game. So in this game, I'm going to go, for as much as I said, I'm going to say Packers win this game. Because I don't believe in the Seahawks. I think they're way.
Hey, Mark, you were trying to short the talk show. Let's go.
They're too magical. They're too magical with Russell Wilson. Packers win, but they ain't going far.
I think that the Packers will win. I think that the Packers defense will step up and stop the terrible running back Marshawn Lynch. Not that good, to be honest. But the defense is going to struggle against Russell Wilson because he's a good quarterback. But our offense will.
Very biased opinion. All right, let's move on to the AFC. All right, let's start with probably the easiest matchup: the Ravens-Titans.
Ravens.
I wouldn't completely go Ravens. There's some Titans fans out there. I haven't met them, but there's some. They're a good team. They're a fun team to watch. They work hard. They play hard, and they got a monster running back, in my opinion, when healthy, best running back in the NFL.
Okay.
But I feel like it's going to come down to their offense is going to be a shootout. And eventually, Derrick Henry, he's still a human. They're not going to be able to put up 40 points with just him and Ryan Tannehill. Even though he's been fantastic, it's still an average QB when pressure's on.
We'll go with Baltimore on that game. I don't see the Titans defense stopping Lamar Jackson and their offense anytime soon. Nope.
Right. All right, now this will probably be the good matchup of the weekend that you'll want to watch. This is the Texans-Chiefs game. Both teams, bad defenses. Now, I feel like
Very strong.
I'm going to go with the Chiefs, but I feel like the Texans don't get enough credit that they deserve. If you really watched that last game they played against the Bills, and the Bills aren't that bad. The Texans' defense was pressuring Josh Allen. It's not going to matter for Patrick Mahomes, because Patrick Mahomes, in my opinion, is the best thrower in the game, even under pressure. But they're not that bad, and then for the Texans' offense, if they had a running back, they would easily be one of the best teams in the league. It's just Deshaun Watson has nobody in the backfield, so he's back there scrambling for his life, and he still makes the plays. In my opinion, he's the most skilled QB in the league when he's in the heat of the moment. You can't tell me one other person that has that bad of an O-line and still manages to get around and win games. Like, there's nobody like him. He's special. He's special. Lamar Jackson has a great running back. So when he play actions, they bite on defense. Who does Deshaun Watson have?
You said a bad lineman.
Lamar Jackson also has good linemen. Ever heard of Marshall Yanda? He's been like a 10-time Pro Bowler, and that's his right guard.
That's one lineman.
Guess how many Pro Bowlers are on the Texans?
Probably one.
Just one, because, and this is the first year they've ever had a Pro Bowler on line. Deshaun Watson's the most sacked QB over the last 5 years. And he still leads his team to the playoffs. So he's special, but like I always say, the boys are back in town and the Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl, so they're going to move on. What do you think of the Texans Chiefs?
It's going to be a very good game, but I think a lot about the Texans. I think Derrick Henry, how you said the
Texans don't have Derrick Henry.
Oh, shoot, I think the Texans, I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
I think the Titans for some stupid
No.
reason. I'm going to have to go with the Kansas City Chiefs. You see Patrick Mahomes, probably best quarterback in the league right now. Yeah.
They're pretty skilled. They're stacked across the board. If
The wide receivers are defensive booty, though.
If Deshaun Watson had the receivers and tight ends in the line that Patrick Mahomes has, we would look at him different, but they're just outmatched in this game.
Yes.
It'll be a good game though. Deshaun Watson's special.
Travis Kelce.
All right, let's move on to college football. National championship is next Monday, and that will be the Clemson Tigers versus the LSU Tigers. It's the Tigers versus the Tigers, and
No question asked, LSU. They're not going to stop Joe Burrow. And
they
they're powerful offense. I mean, LSU's defense is not that good.
and who's going to stop Trevor Lawrence?
LSU's defense.
So is Ohio State's defense.
What? This is one player cannot carry a team.
They were the number one ranked defense, or number two behind Clemson. But Clemson, like I was told in the last talk show by many people at this table, that Clemson didn't play anybody, and then that's the only reason they were number one ranked defense. But people who played somebody, Ohio State was number one. Look what happened. Trevor Lawrence does not get enough credit that he deserves. If he had LSU's receivers, he would be insane too. He would. I wouldn't say Joe Burrow is insane. And he's insane, and they're probably going to
Joe
win.
Burrow has that one good wide receiver, like number 2 or whatever.
And who's Trevor Lawrence have? Exactly. Trevor Lawrence has his 6'6", 240 body running through defenders and juking defenders because he has nobody to throw the ball to. You watched last game. So I'm telling you, if they switch teams, it'd be way different, but LSU's going to win that game. Clemson struggled. I don't think they can put up the points LSU does. All right, and then for one last sport to talk about to finish up the show, we're going to do one NBA headline because really games are not that interesting. The regular season doesn't matter that much. The Grizzlies just blew out the Clippers, so the regular season doesn't matter. Well, but
John Morant, boo. You can't stop him.
One headline that caught my eye is Jerry West says that Luka Doncic is already the best person to ever play for the Dallas Mavericks. And I find that absolutely absurd. You can't say that because before Dirk came around, who changed the game as much as Dirk? There's very little people that did it.
Michael Jordan, LeBron James.
Before Dirk, what 7-footers did you see shooting threes? There wasn't.
Before Dirk?
Yeah, before Dirk. There wasn't.
Not many.
Not
Maybe
many.
one.
None. There was none. Dirk came in and he started shooting all these threes at 7 foot, and they're like, wow, that really changed the game. And then he goes and wins an MVP, he goes and wins the championship, and I understand Luka's amazing, but he's only 20 years old. You can't tell me he's better than someone.
Well, I mean, he's still got like 10 more years in the league, too.
Hey, he's got 10 more years, but right now, as they say, no. He's 20 years old. He's amazing. He should win the MVP this year. Just
If he keeps it up.
If he keeps it up, yes, he's definitely going to win it. But until he does anything, you can't say he's better than someone who greatly changed the game like Dirk.
I agree. I mean, Luka's still got some stuff to prove, but I mean, Luka's phenomenal, but he just hasn't changed the game yet.
Exactly.
Because there's many people like Luka, like how LeBron started off, an animal.
Exactly. All right. Well, thank you for watching episode 6 of the Triple Take Talk Show, and we hope to see you next time.